Welcome back to my crypto challenge to turn $500 into $50,000 within a year. In my first month, my capital grew to $976. And after a second month, I was up to $2,215 for a total return of 343%. However, in the last month of December, my capital shrunk 40% down to $1,317, which still means a 164% return in 3 months. It is expected that I suffer a downturn from time to time as market conditions take a turn for the worst before heading back into the upward trend. Stick along to find out how I did it and what's next. In order to get to $50,000 after a year, I need to generate average returns of 50% per month. I am therefore on track to achieve my goal. First, I'm not a financial advisor, and I'm just documenting how I'm doing it as inspiration. But make no mistakes, there is a high probability I may lose my investment. Here's a quick recap. I invested $500 using Binance to buy Bitcoin when the price was $63,700. This would now be worth $737 since Bitcoin is now at $93,929 at the time of this recording. That's only a 47% return. But I used a nice little hack that increased my risk, but significantly increased my returns to 164%. Here's a breakdown of my capital as of December 31st, 2024, and the debt currently incurred. Please join my free Telegram group and follow my X account to stay up to date with time-sensitive trades on this account. The details are in the description of this video. Let me go over my Bitcoin price prediction. In order to reach $50,000 of capital before October 2025, and assuming we split our capital equally between Solana and Bitcoin, I will need to reach $25,000 of Bitcoin and $25,000 of Solana, as those are my two selected assets to accumulate. I predict the top price for Bitcoin in 2025 will reach $200,000, meaning I need to accumulate 0.125 Bitcoin to reach $25,000. By taking the Fibonacci extension on Bitcoin between the last bull run peak at $69,000 and the bottom of the next bear market at $16,000, we get a 3.618 to reach $210,000, which I believe is achievable given the institutional adoption we are experiencing. Meanwhile, if we apply the same Fibonacci extension to the total crypto market capitalization, we get to a $9 trillion market capitalization for this cycle. Assuming the Bitcoin dominance drops to either 41.07% by May 2025 or 41.53% by November 2025, we are looking at a Bitcoin market capitalization of $3.7 trillion at the peak of this bull market. In turn, this implies a Bitcoin price of above $178,000. However, given the disruption on capital rotation this cycle given the ETFs on Bitcoin and Ethereum, I wouldn't be surprised that the Bitcoin dominance remains elevated above 47% given that we are in a BTC supercycle. This would mean about 4.7 trillion of market capitalization instead, and a price of $210,000, which match very well the 3.618 Fibonacci extension described earlier. And here's my Solana price prediction. Solana recently accounted for half of all transactions on blockchain, eclipsing every other chain combined. I would expect it to approach the market capitalization of Ethereum after a Solana spot ETF is approved, which I believe would occur before the end of 2025. Given the lower market capitalization of Solana versus Ethereum and Bitcoin, as well as the current lack of a Solana ETF, I would argue that reaching a 4.618 Fibonacci extension this cycle is possible. This would imply a price of $1,190,000. To reach $25,000 of capital, that would require 25 Solana to reach above $1,000. This would be a 591 billion market capitalization, which would be roughly equivalent to the Ethereum fully diluted market capitalization of the last bull market. Here's my current capital structure. I currently have accumulated a little more than 25 Solana already, and am working my way to accumulate more Bitcoin. Recently, there was a major retracement on altcoins, some of which dropped 70% in the last month. For this reason, I sold out of most of my Bitcoin collateral to buy more altcoins, which is now composed of Aave, a peer-to-peer lending protocol, and meme coins called Dog, Wifat, and Pepe. I traded in and out of a few other meme coins, but without a major significant impact on the portfolio. The reason I picked Aave and WIF instead of buying straight into Bitcoin is because I expect Bitcoin to double in price either by May 2025 or by November 2025, but I expect Aave and WIF to do more than a 5x return in the same time frame. This enables me to convert back into Bitcoin while the BTC dominance starts to decline. Decentralized finance is expected to do well as the U.S. Security and Exchange Commission, SEC, abandons their war against crypto, which will be very beneficial for Aave. Meanwhile, we also have been in a meme coin supercycle, and therefore, I expect WIF to do significantly well, which is currently a 1.9 billion market cap. I expect similar returns for Pepe as well. Last cycle. Another popular meme coin was Shiba Inu, which reached a market cap of 50.8 billion. There are more solid competitors on Solana, such as Popcat, Bonk, and Pengu. I may diversify in all three of them, as I suspect the top meme coins on one of the top-performing chains should do very well. A lot of the growth 16x on Shiba Inu last cycle occurred in the last month before the collapse of the crypto market in October 2021. This gives us a potential order of magnitude for the meme coin sector. Let's summarize. With 164% return in my first 3 months, I exceeded my goal of an average 50% return per month, and I'm well on my way to growing my $500 into $50,000. This capital will serve as a minimum viable treasury to start my next business. I am currently expecting massive growth until mid-April to mid-May of 2025, at which point I plan on removing most of my leverage to reduce the risk of a potential downturn for the summer months. If you enjoy this video, feel free to comment below and request specific content or clarification. Otherwise, stay tuned for the next video which explain how I started this portfolio in the first place.